one of the numerous committees under the Inauguration Committee, coupled with the media surrounding the President, and of course the Gambia Press Union, who are also very key in this whole exercise. The briefing is necessitated by the need to inform the public as to what it is that's happening surrounding this unique and once-a-lifetime event, if you all agree with me, because it is. For simple and obvious reasons, our parents have survived this country and have never had anything of what it is that we will be witnessing on Saturday. Following the trauma, whether I'm wrong or right for obvious reasons, it's up to you to decide, that the country and our people have gone through in the last couple of weeks. Having come this far and wishing and wanting to celebrate what is deserved by the Gambian people for the President-elect before his swearing in, and for us also as witnesses, I think is something that we should all look forward to positively, because we've been saved, and we are saved as a blessed people of a calamity of some sort. Men and women who had witnessed what it is that is a troubled country or a confused country, a country in undecided, not knowing whether it is going or it is coming, certainly knows what it is I'm talking about. We've been saved from that because of our goodness, I believe, because of our genuine nature of being kind, of being a little bit tolerant, of being patient, and of course accepting each other as Gambians. These are some of the things that we pride ourselves over. Sometimes, though, we find ourselves wanting. But for us, and for you and I think we have something to talk about and celebrate. We want to tell the public what's happening. The public needs to know. But on this very basis of needing to know, there is also a line, which, you know, the founding fathers of the liberal art in what it is, journalism or free speech or freedom of expression or liberty, depending on which school you believe, you know, is a very crucial art, if you wish. It's a science that really labels on what it is that the mind and the individual dealing with it. Whether you are from Timbuktu or you are from, you know, somewhere in Bournemouth, or you are from I believe out the Frankfurt School or whatever it is, there are things to consider. And these are moments where we found ourselves right now as a people. Readers of social science would understand what it is that I want to talk about. But for now, for us as a people and as a Gambia, we are faced with no small task of none other than celebrating our 52nd independent anniversary, and of course inaugurating our third president of the Second Republic. There is no third republic yet. The constitution is the same. And a victory claimed and clamored for by the Gambian people in the December 1st polls. Adama Barrow declared winner, and here we are. This whole exercise started shortly after the elections, a couple of 8 weeks and counting. The plan, the committee was set up to inaugurate the president, to swear him into office, with everything that was happening, with the former refusing to hand over power peacefully, even though a transition was announced and a formal acceptance made to the Gambian public. Today, let's call it history. We know everything that has happened, or some of what has happened, because we don't know yet everything that has happened, even though we tried as much as possible to put our hands onto what it is that was responsible for everything, for our sufferings, our indecisions, and everything that you might associate with. And to suggest that for example, the venue of the Independence Stadium, which is close to 40-year-old today, right now, a very old structure, is where this whole thing is going to take place. And it has a capacity problem. It has an excess of events that probably bar the Africa Union AU summit that took place in 2006, when we had a high number of foreign dignitaries and leaders visiting the country. I think this is going to be the highest. Of course, that was a summit, but this is by invitation. I just wish to confirm that the entire ECOWAS heads of states have accepted an invitation to be part of this whole inauguration of His Excellency President Adama Barrow. And it's something that we Gambians will be very proud about. It was something that was supposed to be done on the 19th, 19th, officially, but we all know what happened. But here they are. We are talking about close to 20 heads of states and other world leaders in their various capacities being part of this event. That is why, for all of us concerned, it is something that we should look forward to prudently, with positivity, wanting to do our part to make it a success that we will want to retell tomorrow, our kids, that I was part of the first, you know. The media committee, which is responsible for at least publicizing this event, has been at work for the longest of times. You've seen radio talk shows, you've had radio talk shows, you've seen the billboards, you've seen newspapers, you've seen people running up and down making things happen. This stadium is going to be transformed from today. It's never been taught in that manner from its, inauguration a couple of years ago when we were very young. And it will look new because it has to be fitting. It has to fit the occasion, And that is why it is important for you people to see firsthand what it is that this thing is all about. We wanted to run even a projection here to show you the design that we want that it is going to be about, at least to impress on you. But that is, we will look at that later. The other thing I want to talk about is the allocations of media spots, and of course for all the media houses that want to be here, whether you want to cover it on your radio stations, or do you want to syndicate, or as a press, that's the electronic media. So these are very crucial, because for obvious reasons you cannot have 20 heads of state sitting down and then you have a bunch of cameramen, or people with their iPhones or iPads running around, as vigilantes for picture's sake. That is not something that is being allowed in this event, in this occasion. You have to be somebody belonging to a professional media house to be allocated a press card to be able to function on that day. Don't just count yourself, oh, I'm a photographer. Oh, I do this program here. That's why the union comes into this whole exercise, because they can tell and vet who is who in this, press business of ours. Because it is going to be a strictly unprofessional basis. We're expecting a lot of foreign, press to be part of this whole thing, and we are going to be also very much watchful of what it is that we are about. Besides that, you've all seen the release from the union. Sekou Emil had sent out a release as to what is required of all of you to have access to the stadium on that day, and also the press evening that is set out for you, for me, and the visiting international press to network on a cocktail evening. It's strictly by invitation also, just as entering the stadium for you is strictly on your cards. You cannot have a card if you have not applied for it. you will not enter the stadium. Not even, I know Musa Aziz, or I know Aziz, or I know Emil. No, no. You don't have a card, you don't come in. Yes, it's as simple as that. And these are things we need to learn to accept because it's a fact of life. If you want to function like a professional, you have to have what it is that makes you a professional. You know? Because there are places where you don't have to see anybody you know. What sets you free is what you have as an identification. And that's strictly what it is going to be on the day. In no small business is that of entrance to the stadium on that day for the public and everyone else. I know it's a problem and it's a talking point. The talking point for this, the capacity of the stadium is just 20,000. We are not even sure whether we're going to accommodate 20,000 on that day. And you bet 200,000 people will want to converge into the stadium on the day. You know, that's a nightmare. The securities, the logistics, everyone is talking about it. We spend most of the time dilating on what are we going to do, how are we going to go about having people access the stadium without a hitch. I just want us to think about all this. Yes, we have mechanisms in place, but this is what we are faced with. And as an organizing committee, we have to do something about it. That's why your presence in here is key, because you are going to talk about it. You are going to talk about it. There are good men and women who spend the longest of times walking the stadium, looking at the numbers at hand as to what are we going to do with this. To be very honest, there's never been an event as demanding as this event on Saturday in the country. Never. Never. We've all been to football matches. We've seen Independence, whatever, July 22nd, you name it. But there's never been anything like this. We also, when President Adama Barrow returned from Dakar, that crowd has never amassed, never got together in this country. And we are anticipating something like that. You know? But we will deal with it. The securities are ready. They have their measures. They have their plans, even though it is something that they tend to reveal most of the times. But they are willing and prepared to really take care of all this. What's important to note that the stadium has been demarcated. Demarcated for everyone. Depends on how interested you are, or how determined you are to be part of the whole thing. VIP, that's the covered pavilion, is going to be strictly by invitation, because people with invitations are going to be seated on this very pavilion. The scoreboard area is not going to be used, because that is where the dignitaries are going to sit. And no one is going to sit behind them. That means almost 4,000 minus 4,000 from the capacity of the stadium. Opposite scoreboard N has been given to the entire political fraternity, that is the political parties. The political parties from Fatoto, from Koina to Banjul. Because we are dealing with a coalition. A coalition who have their followers, representatives, you name it. It is their event. So, over 7,000 official guests will be coming from all the regions. I think all the regions have about, that is from Banjul to Koina, 1,000. So they're going to be seated opposite Minkowa Pavilion. The Bakau end, that is the opposite scoreboard end, is a free zone. First come, first serve. If you can be here for 2 o'clock in the morning, when definitely the stadium is not going to be open, that's your call. This is how the stadium is demarcated. This is how people can come into the stadium. Opening time, I definitely think it will be 7 o'clock in the morning. I am not sure about that, because the security head will have to, advise us, because we are certain that people will come here very early, but that will be confirmed. Having noticed for all the spillovers. The spillovers are the number of people coming down and who can fit into the stadium. One of those is the second football field behind the, this you call a CVM, yeah? There will be marquees there. These are big marquees, and where people can sit and watch the whole proceedings. This secondary school here, Bakau Senior Secondary School here, is the football ground is also another ground which is going to be fitted with a giant screen and a marquee for people to follow proceedings. There's another big ground opposite GRA, just on the other side of the stadium, which is also going to be fitted with a giant screen for people to follow proceedings. We are also contemplating having people to stay away, not to come down here, if possible at Westfield, Brikama, Buffer Zone, those strategic locations, so that the demand and the movement of people around the stadium can be minimized. But it is a choice for people to make, because we know that people want to come down here. But this is a reality. Not everyone can get into the stadium. So this is something that we all have to ponder over. And when we talk about it, we advise people prudently. What's the best thing you can do? Please, if you don't have a ticket, or if you find that the stadium is full, just move to the other end of the stadium and enjoy everything, because you're seeing exactly what's being shown inside or what's happening inside. So it's very crucial in this whole exercise for you to tell the public exactly what it is that is happening. The other crucial thing is transportation. Many a times people come with their vehicles very close to the stadium, and it creates some sort of a havoc. Drivers very poorly parked, not caring, hooting left, right, and center, and arrangements are not the best at most times. What we are trying to advocate for this time is that keep away from your car. Don't bring your car close to the stadium. Don't bring your car close to the stadium, because it's not going to come in. It's only VIPs, ministers, organizing committee members who probably will only be entering the stadium with their cars. Taxis would stay away completely. It could be even possible that taxis coming to the stadium might be controlled from the traffic lights. It might be, depending on the nature of the movement of people towards the stadium. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to organize for the first time, because we all know what happens in here when you have, this place is jam-packed with cars, people coming in and out, it's always difficult. But these are things that the security and logistics people observe that it needs to be put in place. So just to share with you. How to get invitations? I don't know. Speak to your various representatives, politicians. Remember, it's a political show. It's called for by the politicians. Yes, we are represented. Yes, they are our men and women. Reach out to them to see how best they can help you. But that doesn't affect you people, So it's important. What makes a difference in this whole exercise is the support of Senegal, the Republic of Senegal. The manner and magnitude in which they come into this whole exercise is phenomenal. It's just, I don't know, we can't quantify it. And that's what a good neighbor does. For speculations, it doesn't have any space in here. It's tangible, it's visible, it will all be seen, and it will all be heard. If I want to go in detail as to what it is that they are giving us, I wouldn't leave here. Because just to suggest that they are giving us all the flag cars carrying all the presidents into this event. Flag cars, expensive presidential cars. Those screens and marquees, a lot of money. Logistical support, you can't quantify. But what's more important is the moral support, which cannot be priced. I think we as people need to think and reason. These are things we miss for the longest of times. But here we have them back as a people, genuine people. So I know there might be questions later on, but I don't mind. I'm very happy to answer what it is that I can answer. But what I don't have to answer, I don't have to answer. Because it might not be in my domain. As I said, we have an inauguration, an independence, and a victory celebration. Of course, we all know that President Barrow was sworn in Dakar, Senegal, on Gambian soil because it happened in a Gambian embassy, which is in a Gambian soil, for legal reasons. That's not something that we want to ponder over. But for the benefit of the general Gambian public, this is something that they want to see ceremonially, as a ceremony. To see that our president has been sworn in our presence, in my presence, and we are living witnesses to it. The independence, as usual, night passes by the security and school children will take place, and celebrations will follow. The victory celebration is the form of a free musical concert in the evening for everyone, open to everyone. Free concert. All Gambian top artists will be there just to lend a hand, to support, and so that we are Gambians. And we are a genuine people. We are true to what it is that we have found, and we want to celebrate it. That is true Gambia, one people, one nation. This is a slogan following our decision to vote in a new government. So I think it's something that we'll all should be proud of. I think it's something that we should all work towards. I think it's something that we should all have something to do about. I am confident that you will all do your best. I am confident that there is a lot to come out of all of us. I am confident that skeptics will be dozed, because we don't have room for skeptics right now. Be a critic, well and good. Just to clarify something, we are not politicians. I am not. Yes, it's to make it very clear. We are not, are we? We are not. But when we speak, we want to speak for ourselves, with our integrity, our names, and our standing in the very society in which we live. So, if that is the case, I want to tell you and assure you that there's nothing here we are sitting on. There's something. Everything that we have, we are sharing with you. Sharing with you so that you can continue to do the job that we are doing at this opposite end. We have the national broadcaster, GRTS. We have the Director General here from that is radio. GRTS are also very key in this whole thing. What we want to tell the public is that they can follow the whole evening or the whole morning's program on GRTS. That's radio and television, because it will be covered for everyone through the length and breadth of the country. We're also expecting, something of a new phenomenon in which the radio stations want to come over and cover. These are the private radio stations. But what's happening with that is that we will be identifying, allocating spaces. As I said, logistics is a problem, but we all have to learn to comply and conform to the demands of the organizers on the ground. No one has a divine right which suggests that I must be here. No, let me put that categorically clear. No one has the divine right. Divinity in here doesn't exist. That belongs to the old man. But for us, we have to jostle and hustle and fit everyone in. It's just like a jigsaw. At the end, I think when we all happen to wiggle a little bit, we will all have somewhere to sit and present to the public what it is that we want to do. So I think that's very, for the public to know. Okay. Another important thing sometimes is an oversight in whatever we do. That is spaces for disabled and elderly. We always tend to forget them, because even our buildings, we seldom cater for people on wheelchairs. But this time around, we have a space for them underneath the VIP pavilion where they're going to sit. So, which is also very key in this whole exercise. I think and we are also using it to disseminate the necessary information, not gossip and empty talks on social media, no. But the necessary information that the public should know, and of course, it's a platform open to anybody. So sometimes the good is there, the bad is also there, the so is the ugly. But with us here, we're talking about what it is that it is used for, and we also use it fully to the benefit, to our advantage, so that we can inform the public as to what it is that is happening in the Gambia on the 18th. I think I did talk about the press evening, which is for you and everyone. So please, that invitation will come your way as a member of the press community. And if there are any questions, before I say that, Aziz Wilan is also here. Aziz is head of entertainment. Is very much key in putting up the evening event. Madam Gum is also from the presidential media team, and Emil is head of the Gambia Press Union. Alaji Davo is also a central committee member of the coalition. Say again, on transport. I didn't detail on transport, but it's good to know because the transportation committee are transporting 7,000 individuals. I think they hired about 1,000 close to it, and buses, transporting 7,000 individuals from all over the country to come down because it's a national thing, and you can imagine what that means. So the logistics committee, accommodation, the hotels have provided a lot, the stadium, you name it. People like Basiru Jawara has provided free accommodation. These people have to be fed also, so not a small task. So can you imagine all that in this whole exercise? I just want to thank you before I say anything. Aziz, you want to add up to before we move on?
It's a very good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and a big warm welcome to this all live happening at the Independence Stadium. To buttress what Musa Sisi just said, is historical, going down in books. I think, Musa, you said it all, covering the arrival to departure on the 18th of this month, 2017. I wouldn't hesitate to say it's an independence celebration with a difference. The reason why, I guess all of us are in the picture. Welcoming the press as a family, and I guess we all share a lot in common. I'm welcoming, celebrating, and also most important is transmitting the message across, I guess this time global wide. We have the belief as Gambians that the more we share, the more we grow. The intent of giving the Gambia a new image, and that's into 2017 and beyond. Needless to go back to the 22 years, because that will take us from here maybe till the end of the year because of reasons. I would just want to emphasize much on the live happening in the evening from 2000 hours, hopefully maybe till the wee hours of the morning. We decided to present a 100% Gambian act at the Independence Stadium in the evening, featuring top-rated Gambian artists, dance groups, and many, many more. What I always observe in mega events like this the press is always interested to cover the official function, but most of the time the continuity is not under the headlines. I'm appealing to the press to give us a chance, cover our program, backstage interviews, and also to transmit the happening Independence Day evening from 8 o'clock, as I said earlier on, maybe till the wee hours of the morning. And Musa said it all. I definitely don't have much to say. I might be repeating the same, but definitely I'm appealing to the press to cover the victory celebration, because this is 3 packages in one. Is the independence celebration, 52nd, the inauguration, and also the victory celebration. Once again, a big warm welcome to you all. It's one Gambia, one people, one nation, one destiny. And we're praying to the creator of all mankind, the Almighty Allah, for good health, determined strength for us to meet on the 18th. And I'm sure, Musa, in between, we'll be linking up the press. All what you want to know, information, inquiries, we are open to assist from arrival to departure. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here with us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Covered it all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We have the program guide in here, but this we're not going to go in details. I know you all get a copy later on. But what's important to note here is that on Sunday, or on February 12th, that was yesterday, there were prayers in all churches. And of course, Friday the 17th, prayers will be held in all mosques for the event. And that's also when the foreign dignitaries will start arriving. And there's also going to be a reception at Senegambe Beach Hotel at 5 p.m. and that's strictly by invitation only, these kind of events. So things would start as early as 8:55 a.m. on Saturday morning, when people will start sitting or taking their seats. So the usual thing would be, it's going to be the usual exercise in independence celebrations. So we can all look forward to a good one. And the task, if I have any for you, is that you had what it is that we've said. Please make the best use of the information here officially that you can disseminate to the Gambian public, because they need to know these things so that they can be in the best of shapes and to come to the stadium, or make sure that they are also part of the whole event in celebrating our 52nd independence anniversary, and of course President Barrow's inauguration. That's what I have. If I just want to open the floor right now, if needs be, if you have any questions to ask, if we can answer them, if we, not me, if we can, we will, to the best of our ability, answer them for you, and then we take it from there. Cool? Just a quick one. If you want to ask a question, please, your name loud and clear, and your institution is very key. Thank you very much. Gentlemen out there. There's a mic out there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Mohammed Tanyam from Senegal Radio. Where are we going to know our static location as a media group?
Okay. Do I hear you right? Do I hear your location?
Yes, our strategic location.
Strategic.
Yes.
That is where you're going to see. That is inside the stadium. We'll go on a tour, and the first area is demarcated inside the stadium where you're going to be. And I just want to also make something clear in here. The press pool is huge. We don't expect 300 pressmen to be sitting in this room, and that's exactly how it is going to look like inside there. We expect you to be professionals, to know that you cannot just be in one small area and hope that that's where you're going to capture everything. There might be spaces available for you, or sorry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Adama Barrow. I would like to confirm whether, looking at the selection, it's two per institutions, right? I realize, the circular that we received from the Gambia Presidium. Looking at the radio stations doing live coverages, two per institution will not, fit radio station. So, is there any options?
Thank you. Any other question?
Good afternoon. I'm Ibrahim. I'm concerned about the security, considering the number of people infected to work in the state. I'm concerned about the security. And then also we talked about participation or invitation of political parties. Is there any specific number given for each political party? And also we talked about this you talk about the invitation there. How do one acquire this
Thank you. Let me go back to Sarah. I mean, your question is very important because yes, radio teams are not just 1 and 2. That will be very much looked into because you don't have two people commentating, for such an event. Of course, you need different language speakers. So, I mean, that will be addressed most definitely. Security, I think the Gambia is blessed with enough securities right now to take care of what is happening on the ground. Security issues are dealt by security personnel, and as I speak to you, I know that ASP is in Superintendent Fofana, who is tasked with, of course, Landing Bojang, who is the officer commanding, was with us here, and they have their plans, of course, with the PIU, and the security personnel are all on board to make sure that this event goes on pitch-free. I think that's your second question. But the third one has to do with the number of political parties. We have 7? 7 or 8? Of course, some independent candidates also. They are all factored. If I'm right, what I know is that every region is 1,000. How they are demarcated or allocated, I have no idea. Alaji, can you help on that?
We are 7,000 delegates nationwide, and each region, each provincial region, that is URR, CRR, and LRR, each is 1,000 delegates. Then Banjul, 500 delegates, then
Western region,
1,300 delegates, then JM, 1,200. Now, each of these regions will also be subdivided into constituencies, like the number of constituencies in the respective region. For example, in LRR, there are 6 constituencies there. So the 1,000 will be divided among the 6 constituencies. The maximum for LRR, the biggest constituencies are Tianwis and Darabis. Each of them is 168 delegates, the rest 166 delegates. Now, this particular number per constituency is going to be equally divided among the 7 political parties and 1 independent candidate, 8, provided that particular political party has support base in a particular constituency. If in the event the political party does not have supporters in that particular constituency, the number of their shares will be divided among the respective parties that have support base in that particular constituency. So the number varies per constituency. Constituencies are bigger than each other in regions, and then some regions, as I said, Western and JM, their number is bigger than that of the other constituencies.
Thank you. That's fine. Please,
about how one can apply this registration for president?
You inquired from the union. It's been strictly handled by the president, and the email is here when it comes out. Hopefully, I think it's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah. Because it's Friday, so everyone is interested in press class. Yeah, why not? Yes, sir. Afternoon. Thank you.
You did mention that the program that is going to be enabling the participation. You said that the application that is going to be given to us will only provide us to cover the program proper. Hence, there are other activities as part of the program, the inauguration and event independence. So meaning the application also will only provide us to the end of the year.
Thank you. Any other?
There are many private radio stations in the Gambia, so we did allow us to cover the event. And if yes, the first that you are talking about, will it be given to us by the community or will it be provided by the private radio itself?
Thank you. Firstly, these events, as I'm aware, are very press friendly. If you don't intrude. Yes, the event at the stadium, the cast can certainly allow you access to the stadium. The only national event I am aware of is the reception. And the reception at Senegambia, what are you going to do with people who are going to go and eat or have a good evening? So I think you can have access to it. That's what I think. But you know that it's strictly, as I said, by invitation for a reception. So that's all I can suggest for that. For your question as to your press cards, this is not your local radio station as your ID card. This is a national event in which, as I said earlier on, press cards will be issued for access to the stadium and to allow you to go and function. That press card should be applied from the Gambia Press Union. Information has been already disseminated in that regards as to how you need to go and do that. I don't know which in social media, because I even think it's on the press in the newspapers, isn't it? How to go about it. So if you're not, please find out in the local press how to go about it. Yeah. Very good. Yes.
And can I please off the record? Is that off
the record?
What is the?
Sorry, you are live.
Okay. Okay. Sorry then, because they're live streaming. All right. Your question.
I'm Lamin Kante. I have to TV.
Can you stand, please?
Yeah, I'm Lamin Kante from I have to TV. I have 2 or 3 questions. One is, you said common participation based on invitation. Who are the people qualified for that particular place? And basically, who are the ones qualified for that particular invitation? The other one is, you said you are here to answer questions that you can also. We'd like to ask this. Recently, especially last night, one could see that there are information trending on social media regarding the issue of funds that is being allocated or that is set to be budgeted for this event. Are you in a position to shed light on that?
Is that all? For the record, I know this is of concern to people on social media, but for the first question, the people qualified to sit on the covered pavilion, they are VIPs. These are people, the heads of institutions, government officials, private sectors, and of course many others who are coming with their delegates from abroad, who are going to be seated. And of course you also have so many Gambian VIPs through business, governmental, who are going to be seated in that area. And of course that is not something that we control. and we will see how best, and how to put it. Okay. As I said earlier on, I hope that answers your question. As I said earlier on, it's not something that makes any sense. I can confirm to you here that the support we are getting from Senegal alone is more than the money you're talking about. So whoever is saying whatever is saying, please let's reason as Gambians. Let us reason. I'm not here to justify this, but I don't want to also validate any comment that has no validity in this whole argument. Who are the people talking? What are they? Who are the people talking? What kind of people are they? Gambians, yes. I am a Gambian. Am I not a Gambian? Is President Barrow not a Gambian? What wrong has President Barrow done? Why don't you talk about people who have done everything bad and wrongly for the last 22 years? One second. Can I do what I have to do? Thank you very much. Allow me. I don't know. I am not a finance guy. Allow me to say what I have to say. Thank you very much. I don't know. And I know also what you're talking about is absolutely baseless, as far as I'm concerned. So please, let sleeping dogs lie. Yeah? Thank you. Yes, good morning.
My name is Adama.
No, let's wait till you get something.
Good afternoon. My name is Mo from the Blog TV Gambia. Regarding to Mr. Cameron's question about how many people are allowed coming to the stadium, especially immediately. As we all know that we are media crew and we broadcast live. Are we going to be allowed, or are we going to be restricted to certain areas, because we're going to come with at least 4 of our crew members going to certain areas and to have access to high-profile people and to do a live coverage? Is that any possibility, or is there going to be a restriction on that side?
Thank you.
My name is Osman Jani, freelance journalist. My question goes to with regard to photographers, because often we see such events are infiltrated by people with smartphones and the like. And best practice all over is that if either you are a professional photographer, then you will be accredited to be taking pictures, or you are restricted from the area. I think it is high time that you address this with regard to the media houses that are coming with their journalists who have these smartphones or tablets disturbing the photographers. And as you said, this is an international event. I think we need to set the standard right from now.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me start with the last one, with Osman. I said that here before, that this is why the union comes into play. Because as I said, it's just something that we experienced during the swearing ceremony of the state ministers. It was just terrible. And that cannot be accepted. That's why this thing comes into effect. You think you want to, play with your smartphone or whatever, please stay back. You will be identified as somebody who belongs to a proper media house, who has the right to be there to do what is it that you want to do. They will vet. I am not vetting. The union will vet because they know who is who and they know what it is that you want to do. But we are advising you, please, to comply with them. To comply with them, because we don't want people to be running in front of that VIP days with, no, I'm sorry. With the media, of course, we are very much aware that crews are huge, crews are big. Even by Gambian standard, you need your producer, you need your cameraman, you need your soundman, all with you at the same time. These are things we're factoring in. What we are doing is radio stations who are coming to cover. Of course, we know that we are not the most technically gifted of countries with that mountain of gadgets in setting up just to cover with whether it's satellite or whatever. But we are very aware of that, and the union will have to play with that as to teams. Of course, for a certain radio like Radio Gambia, for example, you don't expect them to come with 2 people. Or you have 4 commentators, how many technicians? So things like that. They will be taken very care of by in the union because they are aware of what it is that is in demand. Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, what about the high-profile personnel? Are we going to be allowed to get closer?
We are minimizing that movement. We are minimizing that movement. It is a security issue, not an organizing issue. It is a security issue. Something happened last Friday that you are all aware of. We're not taking chances. We, the security, are not taking chances, and I cannot question that. Nobody can question that. It is just the way things are. We are not out of the woods yet, so that's the reason. So please let us just conform. The securities will even question us because we have the chief of the presidential aide continuously, constantly with us, trying to determine why it is, spacing, for example, and so on and so forth. What can you do?
Yeah, on that regard, can you please tell us before so we have like a conversation with the security?
What is it that we are going to do is that the security, the right people, the union, in terms of numbers, will advise, and if the security stands and want to say that you can't do this, nobody is going to say that you can. If they say no, it's no on the day. Even if I happen to say yes right now, you want to cross over and speak to a certain president or certain dignitary and they think that is a security threat, nobody can do about it. Sorry about that.
My name is Shea Faye. I am from Citizens. I have 2 questions, one for Musa and Musa. Musa, you did mention about the head of state some other details, but you didn't mention about the former head of state and another job. Are we expecting to see? Yeah, and the other question is
big question
to Mr. Sula. Do you have a target of artists to perform for the night, or are they sending you the invitation? Do they have to write to you that you want to perform, or you have to send it before?
Yeah.
We decided to hand over as the entertainment committee the baton over to the Gambia Association for Music Promoters and Producers. They will be handling the artist lineup, and presently I think we've confirmed all artists performing for the evening. We got the names confirmed, and I would like to give the phone number to link up with Wagan or DJ G-File. They can give you the names of the different artists performing in the evening. This song has already been selected, and we're working with the National Center for Arts and Culture with Omar Jalo. I think everything has been confirmed for the evening. Maybe I really want to comment by giving assurances to people that you can come and you can go on stage. We don't want to take that risk. All artist lineup has been confirmed for the evening, and maybe they might need artists to do like curtain raises before the happening itself. But I will give you the phone numbers, the contact numbers for Chairman and the Gambia Association for Music Promoters and Producers. They can confirm that.
Thank you. I would just want to go further on that because you have all the usual suspects. I mean, you know your artists. They will be on board. They will be here to perform free for us. It was asking about Sadauda. I think I can't comment on that because I know Sadauda is a very old man right now, and 95. You don't expect to drag him. But I think at that level they might be working on that because it will be a very fitting event to have him out there. But he's not with himself right now. And that's what old age does. So I can't He is coming. I'm just being told that he's coming, so which is going to be a good thing. Because the problem is many youngsters, I like to say this, in this Second Republic, don't know who Sadauda is. And it's a crime. It's a crime. Many believe that or want to think that the Gambia started with the former president, which is a calamity. The other question was, that was all. Foreign artists. No, I'm sorry. It's a Gambian event and it's strictly going to be Gambian artists, so come and be yourself and support your own Gambian artists. It's an evening for everyone. Please, let's come and have fun, let's celebrate, sell the views, sell the ideas, sell, the whole concept of what it is as being Gambia. If I can make an appeal, it's just simple. You are me, I am you. And we are Gambia. I don't have a tribe. My tribe is Gambia. I don't fit any stereotype. I don't. Nobody can cage me because I'm not meant to be caged. I know me. Yes, I know me. And certainly I expect to know who you are as who you are. That Gambian who is genuine, who is sincere, who can really relate, who can talk to him or herself as to what it is as a Gambian. Don't hurt, don't kill, don't destroy, don't sabotage. Let us be true to each other. When New Gambia is pronounced, why is it pronounced? Because we all have an issue with what was Gambia. What was Gambia? Be honest to yourself. I am not here to inculcate anything into anybody's head. No, no, no. But as youngsters, we can share, we can inspire, we can dialogue. You don't have to agree. You don't have to buy it. But I certainly think that when you talk to me, I can listen. And when you listen, certainly you will hear. But if I don't want to listen to you, because I don't want to hear you, but if you want to listen to me, probably you want to hear me. And let's exchange. Let's have what it is that we want to say. Let's try for you also to hear what we want to say. It's an event for us, for you, for me, and for everyone. I just want you to imagine what is it that we have averted. People who talk about war don't know what's war. People who talk about conflict or threaten people with conflict don't know what's conflict. That's food for thought. Thank you. If you don't have any question. I'm sorry.
I have a question, definitely. It's about, we talk about like people coming to the program under the very limited. So I want to know, organization or group coming to match, do you have a limit for it, or you identify people to come, you identify some group or organization to come and match?
So let me say this, the usual thing is that school children could march, voluntary organizations, Boy Scout and so on. Those are all catered for and taken care by the necessary organizations of the schools, as the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Basic Kids and Secondary Education. They are the ones responsible for that. And they've all been notified, and they know where to be. And you're certainly not one of them, so probably that's why. The whole list of schools are here, and I don't want to go through that. It definitely would kill us, So some of these informations are on a need-to-know basis. So it's given to them. We need to also say this thing. That's why I said Senegal, it's good to have a good neighbor. The Senegalese government are going to be here. What happened was that just a genesis of following the impulse, or before the impulse, President Barrow won the elections and then wanting to swear into office. None of those things could have happened. The new government or incoming government was directly dealing with the Senegalese government, who were supporting on all fronts. This inauguration, whether it's to the tune of whatever you want to, pin against it, would have been done by the Senegalese government, fully supported. The support that was also coming from within and outside by people who believe in this country and what it is that we've achieved. We're giving everything possible. They are pennies, they are little dollars or whatever, just to make things happen. They don't care whether it's, they just wanted to see that a swearing-in ceremony takes place to the deserved winner of the elections. So they weren't thinking of how much it was costing. Senegal was to do everything. Everything. The vehicles, you name it. Anything that the incoming government wanted was put through to the Senegalese High Commission, who forwarded to the Senegalese government, who okayed everything that's requested. For your information. Everything that is requested, that is more than the millions that are being peddled around in social media. Yes. So how do we deal with that? Right now, even the coverage, because our television cannot do an outside broadcast. The Senegalese are going to come forward to help GRTS so that we can have live pictures or live feeds into our houses. So that's all something that's also very much in this thing. We're all free to watch what's happening. So this is what I wanted to say, because I mean all these things that we're talking about was planned. Even it was planned that the inauguration was going to be captured online, because we don't have no state TV to cover all these things, and that's all money. This very iAfrica TV was identified to capture those events, those pictures live. I mean, so that people in the diaspora all the world over could, see that our president has been sworn into office as an evidence. There were plans afoot even to, build radio stations here and there just to make sure, because the government wasn't complying, wasn't conforming. So we're thankful that we've come this far. Yeah? Any other question?